Nedeljkovic needed that, though, right, D-Mac?
Absolutely.
As players, you need that, right?
Who did that mean the most to? Nedeljkovic, right? I like him, and he showed last night. He's a battler.
D-Mac, Red Wings yesterday, by the way, and I look. This was the rub.
Told you, bet the under, go to sleep. Probably take the shutout too. I mean, they were due.
Yeah.
You can go to the rewind to see that. I mean, it just would have made you money.
Yeah, and I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I watched it because I didn't. And why would I? Did you?
Yeah.
So all right, you bring me up to speed. Give me
second and third period.
We got a couple minutes here. Give me the Cliff Notes.
That's why they're frustrated, because yesterday was what you expect when they go out and they play together. They're Jekyll and Hyde, right? And for whatever else, and it just looked like that team that we'd seen when they take Carolinas to overtime, and the team that we see competing for each other and all over the ice and killing penalties. And the apparentness is still they're a little loose. But last night it was more of the commitment to care that they really wanted to win that game, and especially down the stretch, they wanted Ned to preserve that shutout. Now he was, when your goalie doesn't let in the game, it's a lot easier. But he looked confident, as he had, and the guys ahead of him. I just mentioned that they looked more comfortable playing in front of him. Now they still got things to do, and Thatcher Demko, the goalie for the Canucks, played as well as Nedeljkovic with some of the saves he made, but just
he needed
some
that,
of the
didn't he?
chances that even though it was a 1-0 game, it was an exciting game. Now, do I take any stock in it? No, it's Vancouver, and no, it's this far in the season, and you sort of are what you are. But again, there's quotes coming out of the game, and you see it if you're watching the highlight. Most Sider, showing, blocking shots, diving in front of pucks, doing whatever he needs to do. That's a la Victor Hedman in Tampa. So Ryan Armani just making an appearance here, catching bottom line 2-4. But I was happy because they got off the schneid, and I was happy because they look committed to each other. But it's the inconsistency. It's sort of like, it really is like raising puppies, man. It's like trying to, and so whatever else. Now, when will it make sense? Well, what are they going to do next game? How do they come out and how do they play? And so, that's how they should play every game and be in every game, but we haven't seen that.
Right.
So that'll help the 5.3 goals against average go down.
Yeah.
End of the day.
A little bit, yeah. Nedeljkovic needed that, though, right, D-Mac?
Absolutely.
As players, you need that, right?
Who did that mean the most to? Nedeljkovic, right? And a lot of the times, most of this year, and how can you say that you can't blame it on the goalie when you're giving up 8, 9, 10 goals and stuff like this? It's just, to me, it's been systematic breakdown, and I like him, and he showed last night. He's a battler. He's old school. He's everywhere. We call him the rodeo guy. He's the rodeo clown. As opposed to the Grice is more stoic in position, and you're going to have to beat him in certain spots where Ned's never quitting on a play. That's why he's a human highlight reel.
No, I agree with that. Brandon says Michigan has had good point guards who weren't good shooters. Well, being a good shooter is part of being a good point guard. Got to have it in college basketball. Ask Calipari. Ask Kentucky if your point guard needs to be able to shoot the basketball. Michigan hasn't had a good point guard since Derek Walton, man. Like, they have.
See, I love it. Sammy says they're still ankle biters. The Wings will be good pups next year. Yeah, you just learning, and it's a lot of the old with the new. So I just, take it for what it is last game. That's the team that that you have. And then it's just been frustrating. It's frustrating when they do it at home, right? When they lay eggs, or they just, the discipline.
Well, see, here's my question about that, D-Mac, and I'll be devil's advocate with this, all right? With the Red Wings, when they play like this, everything's cool and everything's fine. And the Jeff Blashill thing doesn't.
Really not, but it gives you those signs that it's there, right? If this,
but the Jeff Blashill
there,
thing is still there, right?
What?
Like the Jeff Blashill thing is still there.
Oh yeah. Oh, it has to be.
Okay.
No.
You'll shoot me straight. That's why I ask you these questions.
It's going to always be there to whatever else, but to the point, it's hashtag wiser plan. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter what would. Unless you, like I said, the only way you make a move is if you think you've really lost the locker room and it's going to be detrimental to the young kids. Obviously, it's not, right? So it's going to ride this wave out because, You know, in the best case scenario, see where the draft pick is. And Stevie's smart like that, so he doesn't make rash decisions. He's got a game plan. You know what I mean? He's sticking. This is more him sticking to his original game plan than anything.
Clomp Sauce wants to put you on the spot here.
Put me on the spot.
Is it Blashill not getting that performance out of them every night?
See, defense is a commitment to each other. The coach can only do so much. It's more the youth and the understanding, and sometimes it's like it's the barrier of what the commitment. I said, yes, there is some of that responsibility, but players are held accountable. So it's his responsibility to put the right players in the right spot and make them feel accountable, right? They're just not there yet because this year's about the individual. It's about seeing the signs and the growth in these guys. You can't commit to somebody else until you know who you are. If you do, then that's when it doesn't work. Think about life. Think about relationships. You know what I'm saying? You can't if you don't know, the more you know about yourself, the more you know what you want out in somebody else. And in any, whether it's personal or business. So I think that yes, because if the message, but again, it goes to show you that they do listen, and it doesn't mean you don't love your parents because you sort of ignore them. It's just having them commit to something, right? Commit to something. Dude, the garbage is Wednesday night. Garbage got to be out Wednesday night. Garbage got to be out Wednesday night. That's your job. That's your job. That's your job. That's your job. That doesn't mean Thursday morning. It means Wednesday night. Oh, what happened? Thursday morning you put it out and they'd already been there? No, because not your way, my way. Wednesday night, every night, because you don't know when it's there. It's just that commitment, and it's youth. So
they will wrap up the West Coast trip tomorrow night against the Seattle Kraken in Seattle. So
release the Kraken.
So there you have
That's
that.
the over in that game. I think the Kraken's the proverbial over.
Even if it's 12, it doesn't matter, right? It's like an all-star.
Over under 8.
Yeah.
Oh, football.
Even it's like an all-star game.
A 9-6 game. Wow, that was exciting.
Kraken are over all the time. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.